Hello and welcome to PQ Prime. A very good afternoon to all the viewers. I'm Hiral Tatia. IdeaForge, the first quarter post listing. Overall, the profits have declined 54% on a year-on-year basis, but a good growth coming in on a sequential basis is what we've seen. In fact, on this day as well, they've also got a defense order worth around 88 odd crores. Joining us on the show is Ankit Mehta to discuss more. Ankit, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Hi, Hiral. Thank you.
Ankit, my first question coming to you is, has the quarter met your internal expectations first? And second, sequentially, we've seen a growth coming in there, but year on year, there has been a degrowth. How would you decode it?
So, Hiral, the way our business operates is that we have to deliver on specific contracts that we win for specific products based on the opportunities we have participated in. So, we have to live up to the delivery timelines of those
Hmm.
products and those contracts. So, from that point of view, definitely we have met the contract expectations, and the quarter has gone as per what was expected. In terms of the year on year and quarter comparisons, because the business is heavily reliant on the aspect of tenders and the way our contracts and their timelines and their, you can say, internal delivery periods shape up. Things will always be very variable in the early stages of the business. At this point in time, the nature and the nascent stage of this industry itself warrants that there will be a lot of lumpiness from that perspective. But it's mainly accruing due to the nature of the contracts that we have to service and fulfill.
Right. So, Ankit, overall, currently, where does the order book stand at?
About 190 crores, including the order that we just declared this morning, which we
Hmm.
just received. So that's about 190 crores. And then we also have an L1 pipeline, or you can sort of nearly say L1 pipeline of another 50 plus more crores. And then we have other opportunities that will come into the L1 pipeline very soon. So we do have a flow that is coming in, and it's going to help us meet the plan to be able to meaningfully grow this year in terms of revenue.
And what's the kind of execution timeline that you're looking at for this 193 crore worth of order book, plus the additional L1 that you're talking about?
So typically, some of these contracts are emanating from the emergency procurement program that started last year. Therefore, the delivery timelines after the contract will be about a year, and there are phase delivery milestones within that. So some parts will happen this year, and then we have to make sure that we do as much as we can this year, and then meet the contract timelines for the subsequent period as well.
Right. Ankit, another question that comes to me is 69% of the revenues come in from defense, which is absolutely slightly sticky, right? Uh, Majority of the drone companies want to look at the civil side of it, specifically from, the mapping business, agriculture, mining, etc., etc. You still have 21% of your revenues that come in from the civil side of it. Any plans to expand further in the commercial use versus defense, taking the gestation period into consideration?
Right. So when we look at opportunity base, that is expanding quite rapidly on both the sides.
Hmm.
Given the geopolitical situation, as you're aware, the fact that we did not have a very large base of deployment on the defense side in the earlier days. So the appetite there is quite voracious, and rightfully so, because the penetration of the technology is fairly low at this point in time. However, when we look at the civil side, again, it's growing really, really fast. In fact, global estimates are suggesting that there is a likelihood of the civil revenue outstripping the defense revenue in the drone space in the next few years time frame. So that also is a trend that will catch up in India as well. The policy opened up only 2 years back in that broad sense. So you can imagine that it will take that much time for the civil value to catch up to the defense value. But uh, definitely there are a lot of opportunities in the civil side, and we are tracking a lot of those opportunities as well, particularly in homeland security, looking at mapping as a use case, and then other use cases that we are developing progressively as we do new product development.
Ankit, my last question coming to you is, taking the PLI schemes into consideration and the tailwinds from ban on imports, the export policy. How are you looking at it? Plus, you have, a ban in terms of Chinese parts that, specifically military use drones can use. So, how does that entire dynamic work? And what's your growth strategy from here on? A quick one in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, so if you look at the ban or requirement of not using subsystems from land border connected countries, particularly for critical areas that look at data, is I think a thing that we have already been working towards for many years, and we are already ensuring that that is not the case in our products. On top of that, the entire policy spectrum is basically gearing up towards leveraging not just the Indian capacity of absorbing the technology, but also helping us look at markets where the technology is already prevalent. But our ability to export to those markets was limited because of our rules and regulations. Now that ease out will definitely help us create the right environment to look at the global marketplace and not just look at the local market and the opportunities within the country.
Right. All right, Ankit, we're running slightly out of time, but we'll catch up with you once again to understand more modalities of the segment. Thank you. Stay safe and speak to you soon again. So that's the management of IdeaForge. Clearly, a 190 crore order book is what the company is chasing in terms of execution. That's all that we have in this session. Thanks for watching, and lots more lined up on the other side. Please stay tuned.